Venus, do you understand that you're nowhere near your camera? There you go. All right. That's the first camera. So I'm here with Snippins, Venus, AI Eric, and today we're talking jobs. Ones we've loved, ones we hated. Part one, there are two parts. Fantastic, with friends who love to give each other the business. So, Venus, did you have any fantastic jobs or terrible jobs that you'd like to bring up?
Yes, I had a really terrible job, but I'd rather start with like the good jobs.
All right, go
Uh,
ahead.
I like the company I'm at now. I work for a game dev company, and I'm very delighted by all the people I get to work with and the work I get to do. It's nice to be surrounded with creative people, which makes a pretty big difference from like working shitty day jobs and call centers and stuff like that. And then working at the store was a delightful spritz that was like anything but a real job. Um,
That was a schmitz that we both enjoyed. Tell the
yes,
people what it was because they won't know.
we worked at a land center at a time when that was a booming industry and before everyone realized that it was a complete waste of money.
don't think I think we knew it was when we opened it. It was in Las Vegas, if I recall. We had the Las Vegas address before Henderson, and it was called Cyberlink.
Yes.
And we worked at a land center where all my friends were 12, and they were all drug dealers. But you were not 12. Were you like 18 or 20 at the
I was
time?
like 18 or 19 at the time.
Mm.
And I also wasn't a drug dealer.
You were not. Yeah, well, you were working there, so that was.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I
I
was
mean,
sort of gainfully employed.
I didn't know that I was giving drug dealers an office for $2 an hour, which actually is not a bad idea for them because they play a little games, they open little windows, they make their transactions, and it's
It was like WeWork before WeWork opened.
yeah, I was giving them a wonderful outlet.
I don't know if I miss any of my jobs that I've ever had.
Didn't you work at a defense contractor making missiles?
We made missile detonators. It was a bomb factory.
Who does that?
Me.
What? What did you actually do there?
I had military certification in soldering, so I soldered fuses for missiles. The Patriot missile, the Hellcat missile, the MLRS missiles.
Snippins, you were part of the military-industrial complex, is what you're admitting to right now.
Yeah.
Black helicopters will be circling your house within 5 to 10 minutes upon this airing.
I doubt it.
Think about all the great work you've done for Ukraine, though.
I hear they're working well over there.
Yeah, they're kicking ass at those things.
Because there's Europe, and then there's Europe, right?
I don't know. Eric's not here to talk about Europe for 45 minutes. But
he needs a board with a map on it and a pointer.
Well, maybe I'll have AI Eric talk about Europe.
Okay.
Because that's what he enjoys.
Ukraine joined the European Union, so Europe.
I can't picture you with. Did you have one of those visors on?
No.
That's welding. But
when you had to wear a blue lab coat.
You had a lab coat? You were lab coat Snippins?
Was it like a clean room that you had to go into to do it?
Okay. There was a clean room, yeah.
Okay.
Does it spray you with chemicals before you walk in and spray you with chemicals as you're leaving?
No. No. You had to wear a grounding strap and a lab coat.
I'm sorry, what?
A grounding strap and a lab coat.
What is the grounding strap for?
To ground you so that you don't blow up the electronics and the circuit boards.
Oh, because you're working on the actual MOBOs, as they say in the computer business.
Yeah.
What we've stole from the Area 51. Did you ever go to Area 51 and steal any of the alien technologies?
I've never been west of the Mississippi, I don't think.
Oh. Did you ever, at your defense contracting job, snuff out a couple of terrorists? Did you ever have to?
Not in the traditional sense, no.
Oh. Did you ever have to waterboard anyone?
No.
The European Water Board handles many of the world's most beautiful lakes and rivers, Europe.
I worked at Fox, and I was in a development company. And that was the weirdest job I've ever had because every day I was doing something else because I was working for 7 development executives. But I got to edit stuff. I got to work on all kinds of weird shows before there were shows. So that was actually really an interesting, fun job that I had. But one of the shows I was working on was a puppet show. That's where I met Lishi, and I was supposed to go on that Saturday to work with the South Park guys to make the Christmas Carol video. And I was like, no, I gotta go to the puppet show. So that's what I chose. So I had South Park or the puppet show. You've heard of the puppet show that I worked on, though, Beyond Family. You've heard of that, right? So that's that's the choices we make.
A European would have helped out the South Park guys, you moron.
Do you have any future tips for the youngsters launching into the job market?
Ooh.
Snip-ins?
Ooh. So youngsters, when you get like super excited, when you think about like how you're going to graduate and you're going to go get a job and everything's going to be better and people are going to be awesome, it's just high school over and over and over and over again. If you sit around looking forward to when like people act like adults and grow up, like, that never happens.
Yeah.
Well, I think they use their positions to crush people the way they used to use their popularity to crush people in school. I think that's probably
Yeah, but even amongst the lower ranks, it's all drama and nonsense.
You're gonna work shitty jobs. You're gonna work miserable jobs.
Mhm.
Figure out like a quick barometer test that you could do within the first 2 weeks to see if you get along with your coworkers, because that's gonna be the only way you survive. Like commiserating with coworkers about everything you hate at the job is 99% of what makes working anywhere fun. So figure out if you could get a good system for feeling that out. If you can't, you're screwed. If you can, you'll at least be able to weed out, like, is this a bad job? Should I start looking elsewhere very quickly? Because there's nothing worse than getting stuck in a job and not realizing it really sucks till you're in way too deep to get out easily.
I just remember as a kid thinking, oh, I can't wait till I get into the adult world where people don't act so stupid. It's the same.
They're dumber than they've ever been.
But what about the kids who are homeschooled? They never get to experience that magic, and then they're dropped into the Shark Tank of playing in the sandbox with other kids when they never really had to do that kind of. What about those bastards? Like, and you neither of you were homeschooled, I would imagine.
No.
Right. So I mean, I don't know what happens to a poor homeschooled person, other than they come in immediately and ask where their corner office is. That's the only. And then they learn very quickly that that's not how it works.
The sooner you figure out that you're replaceable and that you're not special, the better off you are.
In Europe, every office is a corner office. They are called coffices.
When we had the internet cafe, my partner Frank, we had a Sobe fridge, and they gave us Sobes, which we had to obviously purchase. And then no matter which Sobe flavor somebody would order, he would always like pass it to them and say, this was Sobe's first flavor. And once
Why?
I don't know. It was a salesman thing, I guess he was doing. So once these two brothers came in, so he orders, I don't know, the red one or something, and Frank's like, this was Sobe's first flavor. And then the guy takes a Sobe and stands behind his brother, so now he's standing right next to his brother. And then the brother orders another flavor, a different flavor of Sobe. And then Frank takes that one and then still says, this was Sobe's first flavor. When the other guy's standing literally right next to him. So now I don't know if he understands if they both realize they've been lied to, or one of them thinks the other one's been lied to, and that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's happening.
Perhaps that the person was an idiot that told him that.
Oh, well, that is the third option. But I don't know if one of them went home that night and smothered the other brother with a pillow. Like,
I wanted the first flavor.
I don't know. Like, you're obviously creating some sort of like wedge between the two brothers, at the very least, or looking like a giant jackass on the other side. And I'm pretty sure the giant jackass is where we're going. But that is what he used to always do.
If you choose the first Sobe flavor, that's like a virtue of some kind.
I don't know.
I don't give a shit. Give me my beverage.
You'll never guess which one was the first flavor.
I don't care.
Is it the white one? Is it the pina colada spritz?
No, I thought it was that like toxic pink one, because I remember that.
Yeah, that one, like Pepto-Bismol, was a cold Pepto-Bismol. Yeah. I remember drinking that all the time.
But it wasn't that one. It was their black tea flavor.
Oh.
How
That's
boring.
That's this. Yeah. You know what though, Weenus? That was Sobe's first flavor.
It was.
Huh? All right.
It was indeed. Amazon is not providing me with Sobe results. Everything but Liquid Death, Pussy Natural Energy Drink.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Everybody
have-
loves that.
I'm gonna have to bleep that. No,
Who doesn't love that?
It doesn't go. Did you know that's the first? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't like where I was going. I gave up on my own bit. Is what just happened.
It's incredible if they're selling that on Amazon.
Pussy natural energy drink.
Maybe
wow.
Gwyneth Paltrow's on the board.
If it was pussy artificially flavored, I would be fine with it.
What flavor is it? Does it come in multiple flavors?
It has a lot
Oh.
of reviews. Carrie
Everything-
Jubas said, "Pussy has great flavor. I never thought I would say those words in my life, but I stand corrected. The only issue I had was that the cans were a little dented at the bottom." Aren't they
Ooh,
all?
Well, it gets around. When it gets around, it's a little bit manhandled.
Ice Dog gave it a 3-star review in April, saying, "This doesn't taste like pussy at all," with a sad face.
I can't use any of this, but thank you for bringing this up. So I have tallied our votes, and feel free to write in the comments section who you think is never right in this episode. That's the choices we make, and we live with them. We live with them.
You're never right.
So I zigged when I should have zagged, as they say in the business.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want more content from the Never Right podcast.